What's up, everybody? This is the semifinals of the Mae Young Classic. Semifinals, two matches on this episode. No Mae Young Classic review tonight because I'm doing this live reaction to watching the final two matches. I already know who won, but I'm not going to spoil it. Who's ever watching, feel free to join the chat and talk about Evolution this Sunday. What are going to be some of your favorite matches that are happening at Evolution? Start chatting with other wrestling fans in the chat. First match, Toni Storm, Meiko Satomura. Toni Storm. This match is going to be damn good. First match of the semifinals, Toni Storm, Meiko Satomura. I love Toni Storm. Love watching her wrestle. Also, she's a gorgeous woman. Here comes Meiko. Again, feel free to go in the chat, ask me anything about wrestling, about Evolution. Ask me whatever you want. What do I think of the final four women in the Mae Young Classic? What do I think of them? You can ask me whatever you want. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. I agree with that. It is going to be damn hard-hitting and stiff and awesome. She finds herself facing Toni Storm for the very first time in a match that could change her career as well. Guys, don't underestimate Toni's focus in this match. Let's go, Toni. It is Toni time. It's always Toni time when she's in a match. As they shake hands to show respect to each other. This Sunday on Long Island. Sunday, it's going down. Hey, Beth, this matchup, contrasting styles. Toni Storm, Meiko Satomura is going down right now. But Meiko has focus. She's a striker. Both of them look super focused. It will be interesting to see what Toni does to keep her offense at bay. I was going to ask you, what does Toni Storm need to do to pull off the finish? Let's go, Toni. What we've seen Meiko do in this tournament is close the distance off with her opponents. And once she gets close enough to strike you, you're going down. Toni Storm needs to stay separated. Needs to use her quickness, fly around the ring, and hope for Meiko to make a mistake. And now Satomura in a key lock by Toni Storm. Satomura just powering Storm down the mat and quickly off her shoulders. Just great ring presence by the veteran. Who's ever watching this live, do you agree with me that Michael Cole is a lot better in the Mae Young Classic calling it than he is on Raw. Michael Cole, the guy, can call a good pro wrestling match when Vince is not screaming in his ear like a madman.
Around the throat of Toni Storm. Actually, the chin, head scissors applied here by Satomura.
Just seriously, listen to Michael Cole. The guy knows what he's talking about.
Again into the side headlock.
Smart move by Toni Storm. She's got to keep out of the clutches of Meiko Satomura. So you're taking those deep breaths, trying to stay focused.
Takedown by Satomura.
Not a counter.
A very technical style.
Ground wrestling, mat wrestling right now. Meiko's on top of Toni's back. Almost. She's letting Toni get up. No, she's not. She kicks Toni in the chest. Toni did not like that or appreciate it. Another side headlock by Toni.
Toni is working this type of offensive style to start this match.
I'm not surprised. This is a great strategy by Toni. She's being careful. She doesn't want to make any mistakes this far into the tournament.
Shoulder block. Neither of them go down.
Chances on moving on to the finals.
Yeah, look what happened to Lacey Lane, who had Meiko.
Another shoulder block.
One mistake.
I like looking in the eyes of Meiko Satomura. She's
Toni running with a big kick and a cover. 1 count. Only got a 1 count.
Watch the impact here. Boom. Just like that. Takes over.
oh, right to the lower back.
Toni's just playing with her now.
Meiko came to this tournament. She wants to continue to prove that she is the best in the world. She came to seek out the best competition in the world.
Toni Storm has surprised a lot of people. Last year, her performance in last year's Mae Young Classic. Here's the cover on Meiko. 2 count, near fall.
Headbutt, such interesting offense. It does a lot of damage to yourself as well.
Toni now part of the NXT UK brand. In fact, she took Shayna Baszler to the limit a few months ago. Suplex by Storm. Rolls through. Cover. Is enough here. Kick out 2.
Toni Storm's been in some big matchup situations, but nothing compared to this tonight.
Listen, if you were in Toni Storm's shoes and you had a few weeks to think about going into the ring against Meiko Satomura, what goes through your mind?
I mean, I gotta think that nerves come into play in this situation. I mean, Meiko is... Oof. Meiko is this
big kicks. Toni Storm's back of her legs. Toni's down.
About going in the ring with Meiko. You know you're going to get hurt. You know it's
big kicks again. Spinning toe hold.
And Meiko wrapping Toni Storm up. You hear Toni screaming.
Meiko has her in like a leg submission.
Look at the position of the knee of Toni Storm. Will she tap?
Standing figure 4, kind of, by Meiko.
Very unique version, to say the least. And Toni,
turning Toni over to her stomach.
And she makes it to the ropes. And for Toni Storm, thank goodness, perhaps seconds away from tapping out.
More kicks to the back of the legs of Toni. Thoughts on Johnny Wrestling turning heel? I think it's good, but I think he's a better babyface. Johnny Wrestling, to me, will always be a babyface. But it'd be good if Johnny Wrestling could team up with Ciampa again and they could be heels and DIY could reunite as heels.
We've seen Meiko disassemble her opponent.
Some more people joining chat. Thank you for, again, chat with each other. Chat about Evolution. Chat about the Mae Young Classic, the Final 4. or ask me any wrestling-related questions. Hello, Laura. Hello. Thank you for watching. Whoever's watching. Nice. STF by Toni Storm, but she's choking her out in a headlock. Front face lock. Mako might tap. She's in the middle of the ring. Nowhere to go.
Toni Storm showing unique offense here tonight.
Said who is someone still wants to know who Ciampa is going to face at War Games. I don't know. Probably Velveteen Dream or Lars. I think it'll be a triple threat. Lars, Velveteen, Ciampa. Or maybe a fatal five-way. Johnny, Alistair, Tommaso, Lars, Velveteen. Toni still has her locked in this submission. Mako's almost to the ropes. She's closer. Mako's like passing out almost. She gets to the bottom rope. Worst storyline in WWE in the last 10 years. I have to think about that.
Mako was in that hole for over a minute, Beth. Over a minute. It had to take something out of Satomura. Toni Storm, fisherman suplex.
Nice, perfect plex. Mako kicks out. I'll try to answer your question, Laura. Worst storyline in the last 10 years.
Toni Storm.
Yes, Toni does a dive onto the steel ramp. Mako smashed the back of her head. They're both down on the ramp. Mae Young Classic chance. Laura, I think this happened in 2010, maybe 2009 or 11. I'm not sure the year. But one of the worst storylines, I think it's been within the last 10 years, was when Donald Trump appeared on Raw and was announced as the new owner of WWE, and he started running Monday Night Raw. That was a god-awful storyline. And when Trump announced he was, I guess, I don't know, the owner of Monday Night Raw, I don't remember like exactly what happened, but when Trump actually announced he was running Monday Night Raw, WWE stock went way the fuck down because I guess fans actually were stupid enough to believe Trump really was running Raw, and of course he wasn't. But the stock actually dropped. That's pretty damn funny when Trump was a part of Monday Night Raw for a really short time. So back to handspring kick to the back of Toni's head. Spinning kick by Mako. I'll answer any questions, but I'm trying to focus on the match also. Both of these women are great. Death Valley driver to Toni. 1, 2. Kick out. Should you buy a WWE gift card? Just asking for the WWE Network. Yes, if I were you, I would. Oh, German by Tony. Great German suplex. Storm Zero, powerbomb 2. No, kick out. She kicked out. Sit out powerbomb. Storm Zero. She kicked out. Awesome. I didn't expect her to kick out. These women are busting their ass. This is awesome. I don't care if it was taped in August. Awesome match. This Mae Young Classic 2018 Laura is worth the price of buying a WWE Network gift card. To watch the Mae Young Classic, it's worth it. My opinion. Pele kick by Mako. Big kick to the chest. Knocks Tony down. Cover. Tony kicks out. I feel like I'm calling the match. Oh, a kick to the back of the neck of Tony. Tony's out. Kick out. Crowd is on fire. Crowd is standing. Another Death Valley driver. Tony counters. Storm Zero again. 2, 3. Tony Storm goes to the fucking finals of the Mae Young Classic this Sunday at Evolution. Tony Storm is in the finals at Evolution this Sunday. I don't work for WWE, but seriously, you should get the WWE Network. Who's ever watching this live stream, you should get it because they got a lot of great stuff on it. You like old wrestling from 20 years ago, the Attitude Era. They got everything on there. Nitros, Thunders, every Monday Night Raw, every SmackDown, every Nitro. I mean, a ton of wrestling they got in there from the 80s. Also, you can watch, if you get a WWE Network gift card, or if you just buy the network monthly, showing a lot of highlights of the match. It was an awesome match. It was great. If you get the network, Laura, you could also watch last year's Mae Young Classic and this year's. All the episodes are on there. A couple of shows I enjoy on the network are Table for 3, WWE Ride Along, Mae Young Classic, NXT, NXT UK, the monthly pay-per-views. WWE Photoshop. That's a pretty fun show to watch. Great victory by Tony Storm. Hard-fought victory. Tony's crying. Tony is emotional. She deserves it so much. Tony's only 23. Mako Santamora is a veteran. Over 20 years. Mako's crying. Mako's emotional. Tony's emotional. This is great to watch. I'm getting emotional. These two women took each other to the limit. They bowed out of respect to each other. And they're hugging it out. Great match. If you're not at home watching this and applauding, you don't have a heart and soul. And this is when wrestling is at its best, when it has real emotion after the matches or during the matches. Kairi Sane in the ring to give Tony flowers. Kairi Sane and Tony are hugging it out. Triple H is out on the stage. Shakes the hand of Mako. Holds her hand up. She was great. Mako Santamura was damn good in this tournament. Mae Young Classic 2. Thank you, Mako chants. Good show of respect by the fans at Full Sail. Tony's crying. She's emotional because she loves the business.
To standing right here as the finalist.
It's that a blonde woman interviewer. I don't know her name, but she's been around since WrestleMania.
What is going through your mind right now?
Yes, I want to hear Tony give a speech. Toni Storm definitely was she was a fan favorite. No doubt about it. She's definitely my favorite.
As if I just beat Maker Satomura, a legend.
Oh, I love Tony's accent.
I can now stand in this ring and say that I am absolutely well and truly living my dream. And it's all because of the girls out the back working their butts off and all you guys supporting us. So that now I can stand here and say that I'm living what I've been dreaming of since I was 10. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018
Great speech.
Mae Young Classic Tournament finalist, Toni Storm.
I love Toni Storm.
For Toni Storm, and her ride is not over yet. Toni Storm has a date this Sunday at the historic All Women's pay-per-view known as Evolution.
I agree, Laura. Vince, this is women's wrestling. Why doesn't he want it like this on the main roster? Or you say women's wrestling not what the main roster's doing. They're not, except for pushing Ronda. And Ronda deserves it. As Triple H hugs Toni Storm. Triple H, that guy knows what he's doing. Triple H knows how to push the women and just lets them always deliver and put on great kick-ass 5-star matches. Triple H knows that women's wrestling is awesome and that it can draw. Vince McMahon, on the other hand, he's clueless. He doesn't care about women's wrestling. He's not a fan of it. A dickhead beaver looking bastard Kevin Dunn, he also is not a fan of women's wrestling, and he's a damn WWE director. He's an idiot. Women's wrestling is awesome. It's great. All the women bust their fucking ass. They do. They really do. And they deserve to have kick-ass matches like they do in NXT and the Mae Young Classic. That's all I gotta say. Vince is not a fan because he's a dumbass and he's an old man. Let's be honest. I don't think he gets women's wrestling. Vince would probably like to bring back bra and panties matches. But at least Vince McMahon is not stupid enough to. I don't think he's stupid enough to not give the fans a all women's pay-per-view. Because Vince McMahon realizes the women draw money and the fans want to see them have their own pay-per-view. But still, I think if it wasn't for Triple H pushing the women to put on great matches in NXT, I don't think we would ever be getting an all women's pay-per-view. So Triple H is to thank, and all the women that have busted their ass. I'm talking about Bayley and Sasha. They busted their ass at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn as they're doing interviews with Io Shirai, and Rhea Ripley's up next. There's only 3 left. We're down to the final 3 now. After this match, we're going to be down to the final 2 for the Mae Young Classic Finals.
The following semifinals match in the 2018 Mae Young Classic is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. The winner will go on to face Toni Storm in the finals at the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, WWE Evolution.
Also, not just Bayley and Sasha, because they had a great match at the first TakeOver Brooklyn. I got really emotional after it because I was so proud for them and what they did and accomplished. But also Becky, Charlotte, Natalya, Paige, Emma, and all the women deserve to get their own pay-per-view because they have all busted their ass. Again, the women I mentioned, they started the women's wrestling revolution in the WWE. Paige, Emma, Bayley, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey is a really big star. Her coming to the WWE, in my opinion, really helped get the women their own pay-per-view. Because Ronda Rousey is a main event talent and a main event draw on pay-per-view. She is money. Rhea Ripley in the ring. Here comes Io Shirai, the best in the world. Best wrestler, female wrestler in the world.
From Tokyo, Japan, Io Shirai.
So this is what Rhea Ripley has in front of her.
I want Io to win. I'm cheering for Io Shirai. Who are you cheering for? Io or Rhea Ripley to face Toni Storm?
She can ride the momentum through Rhea Ripley, and she's making a lot of people happy with banking on the future of Io Shirai.
So let's talk about this matchup. First for Io Shirai, what does she need to do to advance past Rhea Ripley?
Io's got to continue with that hard-fought offense, use her Japanese style. We've seen her take shades of Rey Mysterio. We've seen some top rope maneuvers, and it's been the moonsault that's paid off for her each and every time. She's got to get Rhea on the mat in a position where she can nail that moonsault.
That's easier said than done, knowing the power game of Rhea Ripley.
Look at the size discrepancy between these two women.
Hey, that is a great point, Renee, and that may be what decides the outcome of this match. And Ripley with a half and half show of respect to Io Shirai.
She's been showing a lack of respect throughout the entirety of this tournament. She's got this brutal chip on her shoulder, and I think that's just going to carry her on through Io Shirai.
I completely agree, Renee. I think intimidation is a big part of Rhea's mental mind game.
Oh, and there's the power of Rhea, sending Io Shirai to the corner. Shirai needs to pick up the pace. She has to use her high-flying technique. Try to somehow, as I mentioned earlier, get Rhea on the mat, but again, Rhea's showing off her power against Shirai.
Now, we've been talking throughout the whole tournament about the athleticism of Rhea Ripley, one of the most talented.
Nice drop kick by Io.
The athleticism of Io.
Without question.
That was almost a botch. That was scary. Rhea threw her up. She almost landed on her head. But landed on her face.
And as a strategy for Io, I'm not sure going head-on is a great.
Let me share something with you guys watching. See that? What that says? I don't know if you can read it. You probably can't read it. Mickey James on Busted Open Radio, Sirius XM app. Anyways, I'm gonna listen to this interview after Mae Young Classic.
I'm the best left in this tournament.
She wears it on her face, on her sleeve the whole time.
Io Shirai, Rhea with straight shots to the ribs.
Rhea Ripley really using her power. Stiff kick to the back of the Io. Just looking at my Twitter.
Asked the Iconics what they thought about Rhea Ripley. They said no comment.
And Rhea Ripley now with a boot right to the spine of Io Shirai, showing off a little bit here. The ego coming out, the cockiness coming out. What do they say? They ain't cocky, and you can back it up, and that's what Rhea Ripley's done. Cover again, hook of the leg, and Io, and kick out it too.
Completely, Michael. Rhea's decimated everybody that's been in front of her to this point in the competition. And I mean, she's doing a great job of keeping Io grounded, and what she's doing is working.
Again, this abdominal stretch applied to Io Shirai.
Just the wingspan that Rhea Ripley has alone gives her such an advantage over
Rhea Ripley's a lot bigger, way taller, way stronger. Digging, Rhea's digging her nails and into the ribs of Io. Oh my goodness. Big forearms to the face of Io. Those were vicious. Got a leg scissors around the ribs and stomach of Io.
She is taking her time. She's picking her moments. Absolutely, she's continuing to work the abdomen. If Io can't move, she can't fly, and that's where she's the most dangerous.
And you hear the official asking Io Shirai if she wants to give up here. Rhea on her shoulders and right back again in control. And then a couple of shots to the back of the neck.
This is Rhea's match right now. Her pace, slow, methodical.
Still has Io and the leg scissors.
Sort of reminds me of someone sitting next to.
Hey, it's effective. I can speak from experience.
Tell you, Rhea Ripley, at 21 years old, what a future she has against shoulders now.
Io breaks out of it. Big drop kick by Rhea.
I think Rhea's capable of incredible athletic maneuvers like that high drop kick, but she really doesn't even need to go there. If you can keep your opponent down and grind them to the mat, there's no reason to leave your feet.
It's not amazing to have so many different options, though.
Indeed, that is an awesome point.
Io Shirai is getting beat down in this.
There's so many ways to put her opponents away and win the matchup.
Shouting at the ref, she knows the rules, the attitude of this woman. I mean, we've seen her through the tournament before, but where she's at right now is a whole new level.
Again, vertical suplex. Here's the power of Ripley. Shirai is in all kinds
Nice standing vertical suplex. Rhea just holding her up there.
The blood rushing to Io's head brings the
suplex.
Finally dropped her down. Io is taking punishment. Her back is injured. Io selling her back like crazy. Back to the leg scissors. Rhea just pulling at her hair.
this has been a one-sided affair. I did not expect this. This has been.
I have never seen Io Shirai in this much pain. Definitely, she was not in this much pain in Stardom.
Well, let's make no mistake about it, Renee. It was a Ripley and Tegan were even in that matchup when Tegan got hurt. Not to say Rhea wouldn't have won that match and earned her way here tonight. Nonetheless, she's in the semifinals. She wins here. She's in the finals.
Rhea Ripley, just a really tall woman, really long legs. Which is a great advantage. Io fighting back, forearms, over and over. Rapid fire. Forearms. About 15 in a row. So many forearms. Forearm City.
Can Shirai take advantage, or has the damage been done?
Io's laid out, but she got Rhea off of her. Come on, let's go, Io.
Not only that, if she gets to her feet, what's going to happen if Io's able to get up to that top rope?
Long way away from getting there, Renee. Io's lucky she can stand.
Io holding her stomach and kicked in the back.
And another clubbing blow.
I'm so impressed.
Rhea Ripley's dominating.
With all this incredible offense from Rhea.
Backdrop into her Karana. Cover by Io. Nice double kicks to Rhea. Rhea falls out of the ring. Wasn't a backdrop. Rhea Ripley threw up Io and she head scissored Rhea Ripley over. Nice dive in the high cross body press on the ramp again, the steel ramp. Very sad where Tegan Knox hit her left knee and really destroyed her knee on the stage on that steel ramp.
And the official at a count of 5.
I don't think Tegan Knox is going to be back until like next August because she totally destroyed her knee. Very sad. You're back. Thank you for coming back, Laura.
Either way, one of these women will move on to make history this Saturday.
We're at a count of 5.
Io's out of the ring and better get up and get back in there. Count of 8. 9. Back in at 9. Thank God it did not end in a count out. Rhea just double forearms to Io's back of her head and neck. Rhea Ripley looks like a destroyer. Compared to last year, Mae Young Classic, Rhea Ripley is a changed woman. Her body's changed, more muscle, better wrestling ability. Another suplex countered. Io, big uppercut. Would I rather be married to Toni Storm or Tessa Blanchard? Toni Storm. Because I love that Australian accent. Big drop kick by Io. Cover on Ripley. This has been a damn good match. Hard hitting.
Man, what an incredible semifinals.
Both
we
have
witnessed
beaten the
tonight.
crap out of each other. Io Shirai going up to the top.
Indeed it is. Shirai
Wants to hit her moonsault.
looking for the moonsault.
Rhea counters. Io's
Beyond her ears.
straddled on the top turnbuckle. Taken out.
Right across the abdomen that took so much punishment earlier in the match. Can Rhea capitalize?
That forearm right to the face. Blows again to the
Rhea up on the second to the top rope.
Rhea Ripley, what the hell
Top
is she
rope
doing?
superplex. Oh my goodness.
Superplex.
That was impressive.
Ripley has punched her ticket.
Cover by Rhea.
Cover.
Kick out, but barely.
The damage she did to her own back during that. A desperation move by Rhea Ripley. What do these women have left, Renee? I have no idea. I can't believe that this is even still happening.
Superplex off the top,
It's
and
about making it to Evolution.
Rhea's like
It's
6
about
foot
opportunity to
tall.
win the Mae Young Classic, to say you're the best in the world. That is what this is all about.
Pump handle
We're changing the landscape
by
of
Rhea.
women's wrestling.
Pump handle slam.
Looking for snake eyes,
Gonna
baby.
be countered.
Shirai sends Ripley shoulder first to the post.
The steel post, such a dangerous part of the ring. This may be the moment Io's been waiting for.
And Rhea Ripley's in trouble. In the corner. Io Shirai marches across the ring.
Worst storyline you've ever seen is Piggy James. That was really bad. I
We've
agree.
seen this before.
And it was stupid. It was just stupid. Moonsault by Io. Cover. Io Shirai in the finals at Evolution this Sunday. What a win by Io.
That picture there.
Io and Tony Storm.
It's
What a match that is going to be.
Io Shirai has lived up to all of the hype that we heard.
I believe I've seen it before. I believe Tony Storm and Io Shirai. I've seen it. I believe in not Shimmer, Stardom. You don't know what Stardom is? It's a Japanese women's wrestling company. They have a streaming service, and they put on damn good wrestling.
Io Shirai. And taking it to the sky with watch the impact on the top.
Before Kairi Sane came to WWE NXT, she was a part of Stardom. Also, Io Shirai was. Tony Storm was in Stardom and did very well in Japan.
Io somehow would be able to kick out of that, and then the tide would turn. And it would position Ripley where Io needed her for the unbelievable unstoppable.
I agree. There can only be one winner. Tony Storm, Io Shirai, Sunday. It's going to be a match of the year. Definitely. Io Shirai, Tony Storm is going to be better than probably 70, 80, 90% of guy matches. Seriously, I believe that. And I would rather watch women wrestle than guys. I have a lot of favorite guy wrestlers, but I've seen like 10 million guy matches. I would rather see women's matches way more.
Congratulates the semifinalist.
Talk about coming into your own and making an impact. Nobody's going to forget Rhea Ripley after the Mae Young Classic this year.
No one is going to forget this lady either.
Now, a woman that we've all been just
I made my Evolution predictions, and I predicted Io Shirai, I believe, is going to win and defeat Tony Storm Sunday. I predict Io Shirai. Who do you predict? Who's ever watching, who do you predict? Tony Storm, or Io Shirai. Both are great picks to make, in my opinion. Whoever wins, I'll be happy. I would love it if Tony won, but I don't think Tony will.
To be able to call these matches.
Congratulations on your incredible WWE debut at this Mae Young Classic Tournament. And now going to the finals at the first ever all-women's pay-per-view Evolution. How do you feel in this moment?
Yeah, thank you so much, everything!
Io screams, thank you so much.
I will number 1! Thank you so much!
Io is the best. Io number 1. Tony is the best. Also, Tony number 1.
It's going to be incredible on Sunday because I absolutely love both of these women. Toni Storm and Io Shirai. So many ways different, so many ways alike. I'm going to put you on the spot, Ben. Who wins Mae Young Classic 2018 Sunday at the all-women's pay-per-view of Evolution here on the WWE Network?
You're going to make me pick. Come on, you put me on the spot. I got to go with Toni Storm. That has been incredible.
2019 winner, you say, will be Mae Young Classic, Tegan Knox. Hopefully, she's back by then.
Man, I don't know. You know what I just saw from you?
Hopefully, she's cleared from her injury by then.
The best in Japan. She wants to be the best in WWE, and I think that we're going to get a taste of that at the finals.
On the tiebreaker, there's a storm of brewing
See?
in Long Island.
Team Storm. All right.
Incredible woman up here on the stage as well.
I like Renee Young's pick. She picked Io like I did. Michael Cole, Beth Phoenix picked Toni Storm. Who do you pick? Tony or Io? Who do you want to win? Or who do you think will win? Who are you cheering for? Cheering for someone and who you think is going to win is a lot different. I'll be cheering for Tony, but I think Io's winning. And I'm not against it. She's the best in the world.
Elation.
Io on the stage with Triple H and formerly Sarah Del Rey next to Io.
In 4 nights.
Sarah Del Rey was great. Really good women's wrestler for Shimmer.
Ever all women's pay-per-view.
Tony and Io hug it out on the stage.
Finals of the Mae Young Classic. The
They are
champions
excited to face each other
versus
Sunday.
the Australian Storm. Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. Who will make history? Who will win the 2018 Mae Young Classic? Find out live Sunday at the first ever all-women's pay-per-view event, Evolution, right here on the WWE Network.
What are little
There it is, folks. There it is. You're very lucky that you met Toni Storm when you said she came to a wrestling show in LA. Very, very lucky. I would love to meet her and just shake her hand or give her a hug and say thank you for being such an awesome wrestler and entertaining me. And being drop dead gorgeous, because Toni Storm is gorgeous. So my final thoughts before I go. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Well, yeah. Michael Cole claiming it's the first women's pay-per-view. It is not. It's not. It's the first WWE women's pay-per-view. Yes, that is right. That's 100% right, but not the first all-women's pay-per-view. Again, I'll say it. In 2001, I have heard Tony's a very sweet person also, from a friend of mine on Twitter that also met her on an indie show. Tony Storm seems like she's really humble and would be a really great, would be really nice and great to her fans. So, again, the first women's pay-per-view I'm aware of was in 2001. Wow, Women of Wrestling Unleashed. They had a pay-per-view, February 2001. It was called Wow, Women of Wrestling Unleashed. Don't believe me, look it up. That was one of the first women's pay-per-views also before that, but I'm not aware of it, but it might have happened before that. Maybe Glow in the 80s or early 90s, maybe they had an all women's pay-per-view. Even though the Glow Wrestling, I'm talking about the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, that's what Glow was. Let me turn my TV off because it's bright light. It's stupid. Mae Young Classic's over. I gotta watch the end of NXT UK. I'll watch that in a little bit. But anyways, Glow might have had a women's pay-per-view. Some other women's company might have done a pay-per-view in the early 90s. But what I know of is, wow, Women of Wrestling did an all-women's pay-per-view in 2001. Also, TNA had an all knockouts pay-per-view in 2013 or 14 called Knockouts Knockdown. So the knockouts for TNA have done women pay-per-view events. But this is the first WWE women's pay-per-view. Anyways, anybody that doesn't have the network, I suggest you get it to watch Evolution and watch history be made. Because all the women that are going to be a part of it, they deserve to have, everybody should see it and support the women that are on the show. So if you don't have WWE Network, you should get it to support the women and support Evolution. Even if you don't like the booking and the storylines and the build-up, you should still support the women and want to watch it, because the more fans that watch Evolution on the network, then that means we'll get a Evolution 2 next year. And I hope we do get Evolution 2. So anyways, I'll answer your final comment. Laura, you said, can you do a top 5 Halloween movie rank? Because tomorrow is the 40 years. Maybe I can scroll down. I can't scroll down anymore. Anyways, I'm guessing tomorrow's a 40-year anniversary of Halloween being released in 1978. I think that's what you're talking about. I did do a top 5 Halloween movies. You're talking about Michael Myers Halloween movies, or just scary movies or horror movies? Do you mean Halloween movies or top 5 horror movies? Leave a comment in the chat. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean Michael Myers horror movie, Michael Myers Halloween movies, or horror movies? I did do a top 5 horror movies. My favorite horror movies last year or 2 years ago. I believe my number 1 favorite horror movie I ranked in the top 5 was, I don't really remember. My top 5 horror movies show is in my countdown playlist. I believe it number 1, I put Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. I think I put as number 1. So, will I do a top 5 Halloween movies? I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know. Well, what's his name? Rob Zombie actually did remake 2 Halloween movies, so I probably could do a top 5 because Rob Zombie remade them. Or not remade, he made up his own storyline for his Halloween movies. I thought they were good. Part 2, Halloween Part 2 that Rob Zombie did, I thought was a lot better than the first Halloween he directed. I guess a lot of horror fans or Halloween fans probably hate Rob Zombie and how he directed the movies, but I don't hate the guy. I like Rob Zombie. One of his movies that was really trash and just stupid and boring. What was the name of it? Something of Salem or something like that. If someone's leaving comments, I don't know if I can see them anymore because there's a lot. Not a lot, but anyways, I'm going to look up Rob Zombie. Before I go, I'm going to look up that movie Direct that I watched and I thought it was boring as hell. One of his worst movies he ever directed. And I enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses, and I enjoyed The Devil's Rejects, and I enjoyed the Halloween movies he made. So here it is, The Lords of Salem. Rob Zombie did a movie called The Lords of Salem. The Lords of Salem, 2012. Rob Zombie did The Lords of Salem, and I thought that movie was shit and boring as hell. Really boring, in my opinion. Lords of Salem sucked. The other movies Rob Zombie did were pretty good. The guy's not an idiot. I really like his music too. White Zombie and Rob Zombie, I thought he did some good music. But not all his movies were good. Let's see what else he did. He did some other movies or directed other ones. My favorite Rob Zombie Halloween he did was Halloween 2. I really enjoyed that. And the girl that played Laurie Strode, her name's Scout Taylor Compton, I think. I thought she was great. Really good in it. But anyways, you say the Halloween Michael Myers movies. That's a good idea. I guess I will do a top 5 Halloween movies. I'll rank them from 5 being the worst to number 1. Or my 5 favorite, I guess. I could do my 5 favorite. And 5 worst. I'll tell you another really bad. Because I've seen all the Halloweens. I'll tell you a really bad Halloween before I go. And I could talk all damn night if I wanted. I could be here 2 more hours, but I don't want to. Not all night, but I could be here a long time. Answering questions. And talking. But the worst Halloween, I want to say, the worst Michael Myers Halloween, I don't even consider it a Michael Myers Halloween. It was shit. It was boring. It was stupid. I believe it's from 2002. 2002, I'm looking it up here. It's called Halloween Resurrection. God awful. Just really boring as hell. Halloween Resurrection. Came out in 2002. That movie's bad. And Victor, you saw Lords of Salem. I'm sorry. You should get your money back. I'm angry that I wasted my time watching Lords of Salem. It was a big waste of time and really stupid. nothing against Rob Zombie's wife, but the guy's always putting his wife in his movies. No, I don't got a problem with that. Yeah, don't remind you, Laura, because I really thought, I just thought of Halloween Resurrection. It was god awful and boring, and just, it wasn't a true Halloween movie. It wasn't any good. It was dumb as hell. It was disgraceful. It was like spitting in the face of Michael Myers and John Carpenter. And once you see Resurrection, you know they were trying too hard. I agree. Again, Halloween Resurrection, that is the worst Halloween movie. I mean, it's, look at some of the goddamn people that were in it. Busta Rhymes, a rapper. Why was he in it? Tyra Banks, the model, I believe. Why was she in it? I know she was in it. Tyra Banks, Busta Rhymes. Because when you think of Halloween, you put Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks in it. Yeah, I don't get that. Nothing against them, but they shouldn't have been in a Halloween movie. And just, oh my God, the poster, Halloween Resurrection posters, shit. And the plot was stupid. They were trying to record on the internet. They were recording from Michael Myers' house, I guess. I haven't seen that movie since I watched it the first time. Halloween Resurrection is so bad, I will never watch it again, ever. It's so bad, they won't even put it on cable. When they replay all the Halloween movies, they don't even put that one on. So, God almighty, Halloween Resurrection was god awful. Just god awful. So, hope you enjoyed this live stream. We talked Mae Young Classic. I talked Evolution. I talked movies, Halloween movies, horror movies. I could go on and on about some of my favorite horror movies, but I won't. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. Thank you all for watching, whoever watched. Thank you all for commenting. Thank you for commenting, especially Laura. You commented the most. Thank you very much. When I get a lot of comments in the live chat, it makes me want to do more live streams. So anyways, Halloween 6, Halloween Resurrection made Halloween 6 look good. I agree. And Halloween 6 was pretty stupid and bad and not that entertaining. So, again, whoever watched, whoever left comments in the chat, I appreciate it. Just makes me want to do more live streams. Bye for now, everybody.